Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. I am finally back from Shanghai, China after the EWS. I wanted to take this video to give you guys a bit of an update on my account and also my general feelings around the game, because I went on a bit of a roller coaster of like super hyped to super down in the dumps to now I'm just kind of at a mid-level around the game. And I want to walk you guys through that, give you my experience along with, once again, the account update. First thing I want to say is EWS in Shanghai, absolutely amazing event. Every creator and contestant there got along. It was just a really good experience. Now, those that are wondering about interviews, I was going to do Han and Keka and maybe some of the other guys and interview them. I didn't do that over there. It was too busy on the stream days. And then the last night we were there and, you know, I could have interviewed them, but everyone was in the hotel bar and having beers. And I was like, no, let's just get more rounds of beers as opposed to doing interviews, because that ain't fun on your last day. So I'm going to try and get those guys up on Discord and I'll try and do those interviews if they will have me in the not too distant future. I'll have to hit them up and see if we can tee it up, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But like I said, after that, it was so fun. I got so hyped for playing some PvP. And luckily for me, you know, I'd spent that previous 2x, you know, farming Aurora. So, you know, I'm full of Bloodbath sets. But I think the thing that I really noticed in that tournament was that Bloodbath ain't enough to do it. Against the current cleave state of the game, you kind of need those lighthouses as well. And, you know, that's where the roller coaster happened. I was super hyped for PvP. Just keep in mind, we're also like less than a week away from the season reset. So they said, I'm assuming there'll be a balance patch. So we'll have to wait and see if that affects anything. But at the moment, it feels like you really need those lighthouses. And so I was on this mega hype train to play PvP. You know, I'm halfway there. And then I got to Rengokutsu. Now, I just want to say as well, my account has just hit level 100. This is the account that I re-rolled for 2 weeks on. So you can see I'm on day 35 of login. I think most people are getting close to day 50. I can't remember where it's at. But yeah, just note that I am a little bit behind on progression due to that. So, you know, that's also why, you know, I'm in this frustration because I'm trying to catch up to everyone as well. You can see my Rengo team is going in the background here. We are 2 wins and 0 defeats, but this boss is so damn RNG heavy, it ain't funny. Let's have a look. I'll show you guys my team. Now, this isn't meant to be a Rengo guide. This is just meant to be an update on my account. And as you can see, this is the team that I have been using over here, which, you know, it'll win 10 times in a row and then lose 4 times in a row. It's just kind of the way this boss goes with all the heavy amounts of RNG in it. But, you know, we persevere, we push on. We missed the attack break there, which is an absolute rip. Unfortunately, it's a thing. You can see, like, my team, everyone, and I'll show you guys the builds in a sec. Everyone is on Bloodbath. Everyone is on Artisan. I'm just trying to survive the fuck out of this battle and not get wiped. It is pretty much the gist of everything that I am doing in this fight. Now, you can see here, the problem with Lily, I'm actually thinking about 6-starring my Kaching the Guard and replacing Lily, because the biggest issue that I have is I run out of damage purely because my Lily, once the attack break lands on Rahu, the Vice will cleanse his attack break, and then Lily will start buffing the Vice, which is just an absolute nightmare of a thing to deal with, and it absolutely does my head in, because I really need that crit damage boost from Lily hanging around on the Rahu to really maximize my damage and the potential that I can do, because once I get that crit damage buff, you know, I'm hitting a lot harder. He is on a crit rate, crit damage build, and so this is where, you know, we're probably going to have a fail here because of that, and, you know, he can defense break. Once again, it's the kind of thing where you can win, you can win, but don't worry, eventually you're going to get a loss. And that's just kind of the way this fight goes. And that's the way this is going to go here, because we're going to get silenced, we're going to get killed, and you can see we're damn bloody close. But anyway, that's, dude, the pain in this boss is fucking unreal. But yes, obviously I'm a bit behind. I'm trying to rush into it. The other thing is, I do think there are some really good budget teams that are really starting to show up. Now, this is the Lily Valerian team. I wouldn't do this if it was me. You can see this is all about a complete speed clear. I think one of the teams that I like the absolute most as a budget player is this one here, with the Kloss, Lingluo, Didding, and Vice. I think this is probably one of the best budget teams you can build, but I don't have Kloss, and I'm really trying to save my select summon as long as I can, but I really want to use it on Tiamat because I want to focus on PvP. in my units as well. And you guys know me as the T-Mac guy. So hopefully I can get a Kloss one day because she just makes a lot of the PvE a lot better. And like I said, I feel like this is probably one of the best budget teams you can build if you do have a Kloss. You will need decent builds on your characters, but it does look like a really solid way around getting through this one. Another character that's really amazing for this one is Viper. Now, I tried this team. I just found that I didn't have enough healing. Probably due to lack of investment into my Fucho. Mine isn't at 50k HP, so maybe I could work on that. And also my Doki Doki wasn't 6-star, but you know how you just sort of test things, get a feel for it, and then see how you think it's going to go. Wasn't working too well for me. But yeah, Viper, Vice, Kloss, they seem to be like key units for this one. And like I said, my runs aren't perfect, but it's enough for me to just keep punching it out in the background and hopefully getting some things. Now, if you saw earlier, I did manage to get myself a really nice count. As soon as I got this count, I went ahead and 6-starred my my Hoyan, and I started jumping into arena matches. I couldn't help it. It was just something I had to do. I've just stopped arena because I had to re-gear to do some more farming. I just plonked myself into Diamond 1, and now I'm just kind of waiting for the reset for that one. But yeah, dude, it's the Hoyan's nice. I may put some skill ups into her once we see if there's going to be any balance changes. I want to see if there's any balance changes before I do. But dude, Hoyan was like my favorite character from the tournament. And so I just wanted to build her. As soon as I got that count with Bulwark, I was like, yeah, okay, we're going to start cooking on this one. So that's where she's at. It's not a crazy build, but it's a bit of fun. Now, like I said, showing you guys the team that I was using over in whatchamacallit, I do have my Rahu. Now, my Rahu, I have pulled all the dupes on Rahu. I put some skills. This I would not have skilled up unless I was trying to make my run more successful over in Rengokutsu because I wanted to land that defense break more. You know, this one I got to get the extra defense, also the chance of getting Wrath. You know, I've considered going up to this one, but I think I'm pretty much happy with the amount of investment that I put into Rahu. Lily on that team is also in Bloodbath. She's on Bloodbath, and Vice is on Bloodbath. Now, you may say, Vulcan, your runs are failing because your Vice isn't 6-star. The problem is Vice has like more than 100 extra base attack at 6-star than Rahu. And if I 6-star Vice, I'm never going to be able to buff Rahu with Lily. So it's doing my head in. I'm considering swapping Lily with Kachi the Guard, or maybe putting more investment into Red Kaz and swapping her with Red Kaz. Because if I put more investment into Red Kaz, my thought is we still get the speed buff, but then we also get the speed slow, or at least a chance at it, which would be really nice. Now, obviously, you'd like AoE from Kloss or Viper, but it's not too bad. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, at the moment, I'm just stopping everything and I'm just going to farm some Rengokutsu. That's pretty much where the gist is. Halfway through the day, once I get halfway through the day, I just switch over and farm Nico Nana for experience because I can't burn enough stamina in Rengokutsu to make it worth it. That's kind of where I'm at in terms of that. Now, as for and that's pretty much where my account is at. Like I said, we pushed to Diamond in Arena. I'm just sitting there. We've cleared every Inferno in the game. As for farming Inferno, Terramaton, I haven't even tried to making a farming team. Doki Doki, we're set. Aurora, we're set. The shells, we're set, but I got to rejig so much gear and I've forgotten the gear sets that I had. And I don't even know if the presets are still there, but we can work our way through all of these ones as well. And then Rengokutsu, like I said, is the kind of the nightmare that we're on at the moment. As for the rest of the stuff in the game, I want to have a bit of a chat about this because, dude, I was sitting at the airport for 6 hours and not even the knowledge of having a 6-hour wait at the airport could make me do Ethernet rally. You know, we're already a week into it. I've done one battle. I sat down at the airport. I did one battle and I'm like, I cannot be bothered with this thing. I really would love to see this thing get like, if you've cleared a difficulty, then I feel like if you cleared a difficulty in the past, it should sweep all the mini stages and just let you do the bosses. I feel like that would be a good medium as opposed to like sweeping the whole floor, which I know some people say. But yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be too unreasonable to get a sweep on all these mini stages because it's just tedious. I don't know. Let me know. Is that just me or is that you guys too? Because I have the same issue with, actually, it's not the same issue with Ember Trek. Ember Trek issue is these things. You will never see me stop Ember Trek on a boss. You will only ever see it on these stages with the overworld because I just hate walking into it. It absolutely does my head in. You can see, I think on the day of, I pushed into hard mode, did one boss and I was like, nah, I'm done with that. So I got to jump back in here as well and do that. Same with Anti-Sync Echoes. I did Heinrich for the achievement and then I just stopped here. But yeah, let me know. I would love to see if you've completed these in-between stages in Ember Trek in a previous completion, that they just become instant clears, because it is just not fun. I don't know about you guys, but it's just not fun. And like I said, I would love to see some quality of life of making this not take so long. I was having a call with Sean B. He said it took 4 hours for him to do this thing. And I'm like, ain't no way that's going to be how long it's going to take me. On top of that, I do think that we need some more quality of life in these boss features. Like Phantom Theater, the fact that I have to rejig so much gear just to do that on a daily basis is doing my head in. Do it once at the start of the week, get triple S, and then you can just choose to sweep from then on for the rest of the week. Once the week resets, yes, do it with the new rotation of bosses, then give us the sweeps. I honestly think it should be the same with the Union boss, where once you've gotten the 100%, once you've gotten 100% on a difficulty of this, just let it sweep the rest of the times until you go up to the next difficulty. Make it an option. I just think there's way too much tedium in stuff that's not enjoyable in this game. Kind of like this Dreamscape event. Not gonna lie, the what's the hard ones? The legendary bosses, because I had to just tank and dot these. Every one of these bosses that on the legendary difficulty was taking 15 to 25 minutes for me. And then the other bosses, they were kind of 5 to 10 minutes. But the amount of time you have to soak into just kind of bossing is pretty ridiculous for me. So I think that's something I would love to see adjust. Whoa, we got a lattice fragment. Holy! That's something I would love to see changed. Also, this event, when they said it would be the most rewarding event in terms of training data and also the Etheria coin, I agree. But those things aren't fun to get. And I just felt like I thought the rewards were not respectful for the time you had to put in, when I thought I was going to get all 10 of these perfect lattice fragment purchases, and I thought I was going to get the 2 purple ones. I only got halfway through the perfect lattices. Now I do have 2 keys left, but that's crazy. Even though we got so much silver and stuff, to me the loot ended up being kind of maybe a little bit worse than Dazzler Dream, because you get a perfect lattice, you get a evolution lattice and some other stuff. Now I did get 5 Apex prototypes. I'll get 6 in the end here, maybe 7 if I luck out. I don't think I can reach the 7 actually, because I can't hit blue again. So I'll end up with 6 Apex prototypes, which I'm cool with. I was also considering the dupe tickets, dude. As a gambler, I was as a gacha player, I was considering the enhanced prototype as well. But I just thought if we have an LD coming up, I would like to get that. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this event in the end. I just think it was way too much of a grind, way too much time consumed for the loot that we actually ended up getting from it. But yeah, that's my general thoughts around it. Now, we do know that they are working on the gear changing system. So I'm trying to be not tilted by the gearing system, because we know that they have said they are working on that and it will come. So I'm trying not to let it tilt me, but I still think we need more quality of life in some of the other areas of the game, because at the moment we still don't have the gear system. And dude, it is utter tedium trying to do this stuff. What do we get? Yuck. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. My general thought is, like I said, after doing the EWS, I was so giga hyped for a couple of days there. I was just on a massive high for the game. Then Rengo really dragged me down to earth, and I stopped enjoying myself so much. Now that I've got him kind of on farm, I'm like, okay, at least I can, sort of work my way through this. But yeah, I do still think the economy needs a lot of work. I don't want the economy to be solved. After this last event, I don't want the economy, if I could speak, I don't want the economy to be fixed through the event. I want the economy to be fixed outside of the events, and then events to give us good shit without having too much time investment. That would be my kind of ideal situation. And once again, I would like to see still some tuning on the difficulty of these dungeons, but As for Arena, I'm super hyped to play Arena. Like I said, I enjoyed just pushing my way up to the Diamond in this one. I'm just sitting here for now. I'm definitely keen next season to jump in and play a lot more Arena, RTA, because I think it's fun, but I really need to build out those lighthouses first. As for my general shell farming, like I said, I got this count, which I was pretty happy with. I've got a few average codexes, but nothing crazy to work with. So I'm still working on that Rengokutsu. I've been building up a couple lighthouses just to have so that I can imprint later on, just as like a baseline amount of lighthouses, because like I said, I feel like lighthouse is almost requirement for the current state of Revelation. Now, if they nerf Revelation, who knows? Maybe we see more bruiser matches and stuff like that. But, you know, if you want to... Hey, that thing's not even awakened. Hey, wait, what? I didn't do the final upgrade on this thing. Dude, I need to do that. I need to do it. I always forget that. I always end up out of training data, and then I'm like, oh, I'll come back to that. And then I always forget. All right, I got to remember to do that. But that's kind of where the account's at. In terms of units that I want to build, like I said, I did put some lattices into Rahu in skill 1 and skill 2. I want to do some into Hoyan just because she's so fun, but I want to wait and see if there's any balance changes first. Besides that, I do want to pull Tiamat, put some into her. I've been considering Doki Doki, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. And I also want to wait and see who the next banner unit is. If it's an LD that looks OP, maybe I go for that, because if we go to consumables, you can see I've got 39 of the gold summons. And I also have... materials. I still have 12 gold lattices. So you guys know I've been conservative this whole time. My purple lattices I've just been throwing into characters to help me with PvE progression, but these ones I've been wanting to keep for characters that I think have PvP value. That's why I know Rahu's not the best. I don't think he's on the same level as like Holden in terms of defense scaling bruisers, but I don't have Holden, so I want a bruiser. So that's kind of where I'm at over there as well. But yeah, that's the account update. That's my general thoughts on the game. Like I've said a million times, the bones of this game is so good. I just feel like it just needs some of those tweaks, make things less annoying, because at the end of the day, I think that's what kills me is the game's fun, but there's so many little annoying things that are trying to make me not enjoy the game. And I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why these things are trying to make me not enjoy the game, but they are. But, you know, I think a few kinks getting ironed out will really help me. But at the moment, I'm just focused on my really shit win rate, slow run, Rangokutsu, and trying to get some fucking lighthouses. Shit. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm back now, so we'll have regular uploads. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.